is. Thank you so much, Dorothy, and for your entire family for gifting this to the society. It means so much.
Yeah.
Want to show me the medal? God, look how beautiful it is. You would never know that this is from 1944. It is shiny as if it was just created yesterday.
Yes, indeed. And one of the things that I learned when I went to Antiques Roadshow is that one way that they can verify the validity of this is there is actually an engraving on the side of it.
Oh, wow, okay.
That actually gives the year. And I had no idea. I mean, the appraisers just, they know everything. But I have to tell you that the reason that I suggested to my brother that I thought the APS, American Physiological Society, would be a good place for this was the APS was really important to my grandfather. And I know he had a leadership position. Maybe you can tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, he certainly is one of the leaders of the society. We were founded in the late 1800s. And of course, with any new and burgeoning organization, it's imperative that you have very strong leaders with a vision and the ability to both manage and lead and have those traits to make something sustainable. And nearly 150 years later, the society is thriving today. We respect our history, and so we're delighted this year to honor Dr. Erlanger and what his contributions were to the scientific enterprise, and then of course the society itself.
Right. And also, the other reason that his membership there was so important to him, and unfortunately I don't know the other people that were involved, but it's what I call the ultimate mastermind. You know, the mastermind group is something we talk about today. I know that my grandfather and about 4 other physiologists would get together every time there was a meeting, and they would hold a separate little, like a mastermind group, and they would review what they were working on, and they would critique, and they would talk about it, and talk about what's next, and so on. And that was a very important group for him. As I say, unfortunately, I don't know who the other people were in that at the time.
Well, I'm sure we can find out through the history and the archives that we have at the Society, but what I love about what you just said there is that it's the early underpinnings of the importance of peer-to-peer review and applying rigor and debate about one's science, and that is how science advances. Right. Is opening that up to others to question and to query, and that was done in the early 1900s, has certainly set a standard for all science that has come after that.
Right, right. And so he was, as you well know, I mean, he was in his the third graduating class of Johns Hopkins Medical School, and not very long after that was brought to Washington University by Brookings with 3 other people to essentially restructure the medical school. So I feel proud to do this, but also I knew him.
Yes,
you know, I knew him as an individual.
Right.
I grew up with him around, and we would have dinner once a week, and my brother even remembered the name of the place we used to go to, which I did not remember. I was a little too young for that. I just feel that it's the right thing for us to do, and I'm excited about the meeting too.
Thank you.